my living in vain? Is my body in vain? Is my fashion in vain? Is my travel in vain? No, of course not. It's not all in vain. 'Cause after all, let it define.
Lux, 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 Lady Lux, Lady Lux. That's her name, don't wear it out. Lady Lux, Lady Lux. That's her name, don't wear it out. Hopping out the bed, right? Gotta get my tummy tight. I'm gonna get my body wrapped today. That mean you going right.
Let's spin the block to the group home. See what them boys on. Looking out for them men, making them feel like who? Mike Jones. Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones. 4 days and 3 nights. Lux, get your flight right. Tune in to Biz One, 7 p.m. on Wednesday night.
Fashion talk, let's not forget where you get your fashion pick. Latest fashion in the mix. Yeah, you know it's gonna be lit. Ow. 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 Lady Lux. Lady Lux. Lady Lux. Lady Lux. Ow. Ow. Lady Lux.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, what's going on? Come on in. What you doing, Julia?
Got food all in her mouth. Always got to stop somewhere. Captain B, Burger King, White Castle,
She
McDonald's.
put her lipstick on.
With her little coupons and stuff.
Yeah, so y'all, it feels so great outside. Oh my God. And then next week we going back to the 50s.
Sick
40s.
weather. Sick
What
weather.
is going on? But I'm enjoying this. I really am. I love it. How y'all doing today, y'all?
Hey, y'all.
So today we talking about coming out the dark shadows. And where did that come from? Where did that come from, Miss Boo?
Me, my sister, and Rare Diamond come out of your dark shadows. We did that a couple of years ago. Wasn't it a couple of years ago? Yeah. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. But then I brought the topic up to Miss Kimberly Devine, and she said, let's rock with it and roll with it. Because, you know, it's always something that you could come out of your dark shadows about. People being scared to come out of your shadows. But, hey, it is what it is. Wait till y'all get what the topic is about today. With certain words.
We'll go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, she pop up on there. Okay. My sis, this is her topic.
What's your topic, sis? Who coming out their dark shadows today?
Well, a lot of people need to. That's really the topic. That's
Okay.
really the premise. So, you know, right now, well, for the past probably 5 to 10 years, you know, society, it has been very hypersexual. So you have a lot of people that's living, you know, different alternative lifestyles, you know. And primarily my topic today is about the men, right?
Okay. So are the men not coming out their shadows and sharing that, you know, they like both sexes?
Right.
Oh.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a really dark shadow. Because people got to be aware of your sexuality, and if you plan to incorporate other sexes in your relationship, in your marriage, you know, that's very important.
It's very important, you know, especially if, you know, well, the bottom line is you have to give the other person a choice of whether or not they want to be involved with that or
Right.
not.
Yeah.
You know,
You do.
don't force the decision for somebody. But unfortunately, you know, we have a lot of men who are, you know, hiding it. Yeah, very much so.
They don't want to come out their dark
Very much
shadows.
so. And I feel like part of that is due to, you know, especially in the African American community, a lot of that is due to, you know, in terms of, you know, your elders. So, you
Right.
know,
I was gonna say, is it because of what other people think?
right.
Yeah.
Because of what other people think, whatever other people's beliefs may be, you know. So yeah, I think a lot of men are probably afraid to even speak on it because of that, you know. But I feel like, you know, that's keeping you from being your authentic self. You know, how do you expect to be in a relationship with someone when you out here with the imposter syndrome? You know, you acting like you one way when you really something totally different.
Pretending
So,
to be.
oh,
Because you got some straight ones now. You got these straight ones, and boy, they be going left though. They straight, but they go left and right. And
So
boy,
why do you think that's so? Why do you think that people of the same sex is so intrigued with the other sex?
with another man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. To me, sometimes I think it comes from the family as well. You know what I'm saying? Growing
Well,
up.
we know growing up back in our days,
Yeah.
uncles
The touch.
used to
Yeah.
be, you know,
Yeah.
uncles that touched. And people in the family say, shh, don't say nothing about it.
Mm-mm.
right.
Don't tell nobody.
Mm-mm. But you can see it though.
But these days, these youngsters, they will tell you about it, and they gonna tell the whole world.
And not even that, you got the, not being funny, but you got the guys that's sugarish. You got them telling on the straight guys though. That's the thing. Cause see, them straight guys,
That's
the
how
straight
we're
guys
finding
going
out.
to these guys, you know what I'm saying, getting the and all that stuff, you know, this right here, you know, and you ask them, I got some friends and I would ask them, oh, that nigga, he on the low. Huh? What?
You know what? I had a friend that used to
What?
tell me.
Yeah, tell you in a heartbeat. I got him tell you in a heartbeat. He's on the low. No, he's not. Girl, he's on the low.
Hey,
He's
Jerry.
out of his house. I said, ooh wee. And that's the thing. You got a wife, like she said, you got a wife and kids and stuff at home, but you sexing me and you go behind me sexing him and no telling else him and no telling else her. But at the end of the day, you got to think about what you bringing me home, because I know I'm only dealing with you. So if I come up with anything, I know where it came from. And then it's I don't know.
So do the opposite sex, do they do the head better or something?
The guys, I don't know. I Google it.
Well,
I Google it. Show me how they guys. Ooh, well, look at
Is they down there doing some things we ain't doing?
No.
I want to know.
but this
We
is
from
what I-
Cincinnati, Jerry. How you doing from hood?
Okay.
Memphis, Tennessee hood.
All
news.
right, Memphis in the building.
Yeah, girl, cause Jerry, what's really going on? What can they do that I can't do?
Right.
I want to know.
Well, from what I've heard, okay, and this is from, you know, both sexes, both genders, male and female. So I've heard that because it's the same sex, you know, I guess they know what it is that they would like, or, you know, what would please them. So it's easy.
So they know. Okay, we
Right.
don't know.
So I mean, because I know, you know, we have different mechanics, you know, so for us we have to learn, you know, a technique or two or three. You know what I'm saying? And then
Well, who
and
gonna
then-
tell us if they don't tell
and then
us?
each tool is different. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you have if you have the same tools coming together, I guess they just,
Hey, Veronica.
I guess they just, you know.
Just like, to be honest about the Nasty Natty video, I heard, now it's a problem to me if you have
Yes.
two mans in there rubbing their things together with one woman. That gotta be, that's gay? If two mans rubbing,
I don't think that's considered gay.
what is it considered?
If they both
I mean-
rubbing each other,
If they smacking their stuff,
how come that ain't gay?
something ain't right. If they, both mans smacking their stuff, while it's one woman, and they smacking their stuff, something ain't
I
right.
got the visual though.
I don't know, something ain't right.
Hey guys,
Hey,
Oh, there
Veronica.
you go. Hey, girl.
We about to take a break and we be right back. And we're going to talk about domestic violence, and then we're going to come back to this topic of what these men not putting out their door shadows. I'm appalled.
Stop. Because I need to know what is another man doing to another man that women
We
do
can't do.
to a man, that we do the same
I'm
thing.
appalled.
I need to know. Well, if
Getting ready to hit the night on the town with your friends? Ooh wee, looking good, girl. But you're missing something, baby. You're missing that Lady Devine lipstick, honey. It goes on smooth, gives you full coverage, and it's smudge proof. It's a beautiful way to top off that red gown that you're wearing tonight. It sure does. The fragrance is not only beautiful and feminine, but it's also long-lasting, and it is guaranteed to get the heads turning anytime you walk past. Lady Devine perfume and Devine Essentials lipstick. Look at you, girl.
Your lips, they got me going hard flips. You got me floating. Your lips, they got me going hard flips. You got me floating. Your lips, your lips, your
Lux, Lady Lux, Lady Lux. That's her name, don't wear it out. Lady Lux, Lady Lux. That's her name, don't wear it out. Lux, Lady Lux, Lady Lux. That's her name, don't wear it out. Lady Lux. That's her name, don't wear it out.
Do you have belly rolls like this? Do you have the chicken wing arm like this? Or experience fat rolls like this? I suggest you try Devine Essentials Lipo in a Jar. Brought to you by Devine Lux. Lipo in a jar slims your body, firms your body, reduces cellulite, and burns fat, all at the same time.
Lady Lux, ow.
Hey. Wel-
Hey, guys, how are you?
welcome back, y'all, to the Lady Devine Show on Busy One Radio. We have Miss Boom in the house. We have Julia in the house, and we have Veronica.
Hey.
So, Veronica is going to share with us her story pertaining to domestic violence.
you got that
Yes.
too.
Pretty much, I'll make it kind of short, but I've unfortunately encountered domestic violence many years ago with my son's father. That was the first experience with that. And I would say it was something traumatic, suffering through all that. And eventually learning about PTSD, I had the chance to go on through that. Thank you. Go on through that, through that circumstance. Prior to that, I had another situation with domestic violence, another ex-spouse, you could say. And it was like 8 years with him. And for the most part, I would say from those experiences, it was very traumatic. And it took a piece of me away, you could say, my identity and who I am at the time. And I realized from that moment, it was something that I don't think I want anyone. It was. I don't think I want anybody to encounter those experiences. I'll talk briefly about those. Definitely, I think going through it, the signs of domestic violence is very tricky, but for the most part, a lot of times it's first the verbal, then it leads to the emotional, psychological, then the physical. And I have unfortunately encountered all those types of domestic violence years ago, and I always felt I felt like that was love. That was necessary to be treated that way, to accept myself as a person. I learned later on in life that it took me years to heal from this and to overcome those battles and those through situations, from getting beaten down and emotionally in every aspect. And there was one part that really broke me, and that's why I had to change. When my child's father years ago, he literally almost tried to kill me in front of our own child, and that experience was to the point when I said that was enough because I don't want to be a statistic in the news. So that was like a wake up call for me. And I said, that's that. And I made the life changing decision to do what I had to do for not for myself or my son, and to show him that this is not acceptable behavior from a man or a woman. And I, from that point on, continue on from that situation.
That's true. That's not love, and it's better to get away from it than to stay in there. Any other comments you have?
So my question, I have a couple of questions. My name is Julia, by the way. Nice to meet you, Veronica.
Nice to meet you as well.
Thanks for sharing your story, for starters. So when you made the decision to leave the relationship, did you prepare for that, or was it like instant decision, like, yeah, today is gonna be the day I have to be out of here?
I think for the most part, it took a lot because of the beatings and the, how can you say, it was the PTSD I suffered afterwards, and then just dealing with it on a daily basis. It built up to the part where when that incident situation happened, that's when I said, that's it. I can't. I just had to. I had no plans. I had no plans to find out to get out or escape route or anything. So at that moment, it was because of my son seeing the situation at first hand, witnessing it. That's when I said I got to do what I had to do. And I, the proceedings I did. Went to the precinct. I did, they had took pictures of my face at the time. They, I had to get order, not equal like a temporary order protection against him, and it did a whole everything. And it took a long time to heal. Even talking about it now, you guys, it took a long time to heal through this. And I think sometimes we have to have those wake up calls in our lives to see how dire the situation is, and knowing, is it going to be a part where I'm going to be on the news the next day, or will I overcome this and take that action that's needed to save my life?
Right. What do you say about the person that goes down and files the protection order, but then a couple of days later they don't go through with the court system because the guy has come back and say, "Oh, I never do that again," and please don't go to court on me. What do you all have to say about that?
I think for the most part, a lot of people, it depends, because a lot of times, as being, I call myself a survivor, not a victim, but I think a lot of times, a lot of survivors, they have that guilt conscience, oh, maybe he'll change, or maybe they'll be better. And it's just that same pattern that we already retrained in our brain, especially with our spouse or ex, whoever it is at the time, thinking that, it may be, they'll change their own ways. We don't have to go to court the next day or the next, whatever they call it. And I think a lot of times to those tuning in now and listening to the message, don't allow that to be of an excuse to continue to stop. If anything, if you feel in your heart you have to continue the legal procedures to protect yourself, your child, or whoever that's a part of the situation, go all the way. Why? Is to protect yourself, your sanity, and also to know that you have a right, and they can't even take that from you, if anything.
That's true. Anything else? Yeah.
So in terms of healing from your PTSD, did you get therapies? Were there resources in place for you to help you overcome, to push forward?
Yes, I'll be honest with you, it took me over 20 years to finally seek therapy, because it was just so many things happening at the time with family situations and personal issues. And I feel like the timing now, after all these years holding, they said like the holding the weight and holding all the trauma and holding everything in, I had to finally take that part of my life and get back that value, that worth that I knew I was many years ago before it was taken away from me. So as we speak now, I am getting therapy. I do see therapy every week for this and other things as well. And I think for the most part, it's been really helpful to reevaluate myself as a person and to gain back that control of my own life.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Having that control over your life and not allowing other people to come in and be able to take over your life and have you do things that you would not normally do, basically. It's important. It's important that you be strong. young people out there. I see young people going through domestic violence already in their young life. It's a lot of it.
And they think and believe that is
It's love.
okay.
They believe it's love. You know,
I love him. That's their favorite word. Because I love him.
Oh yeah, and he'll
That's
change.
the number one word. Why are
Oh,
you
yeah.
still there? Because I love him.
Yep. And then it's unfortunate because a lot of cases, as you ladies know, a lot of times it's just that one moment that they'll threaten their life. I'll do this to you, and then that's that fear factor. You know, if I leave, what if that person ends up killing me? And that's that control part right there. It's mind blowing. That then it's a lot more to it. But yeah, you're right.
You know, somebody tell you they go do something to you, just to believe me, they're gonna do it. I had somebody tell me that, and thank God. I mean, I don't want to say thank God he got his daddy. He told me he was gonna kill me, but he ended up stabbing his daddy. He got his daddy. He get me, and then he ended up going to jail. He did 2 years for that, and he gets out of jail and come. I don't think you ever met. He said gets out of jail and come looking for me when I, place I stayed, because he knew I was going to move to that place. So he went to jail, but when he got out of jail, he came right to that place. And my nephew was standing in the building with me at the time, and my landlord, and was like, no, he was like, do Jackie still live here? They was like, I don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell you that. I don't know why don't be looking for her. I don't know if she still living here or not, or what the case may be. But every time I see him, I looks the other way or runs the other way. His daddy don't even speak to him now, still to this day. You know, so his daddy terrified of him. Stop asking me, have I saw your son? No, I haven't saw your son. I don't want to see your son. Once somebody tell me they're going to kill me, then that's it right there. You told me literally out your mouth, I'm going to kill you. You know, and then for you to wake up and see somebody just standing over you, you don't know what they're thinking about, what they're trying to do, or nothing like that. And it just happened to be my cousin walking down the street this particular day and saw his son coming behind him with the knife, and my cousin hollered for him. By that time, he'd knocked his daddy down and was stabbing him, stabbing him in the legs and the back and everything. And I just thought like, oh, Jesus, Lord, that could have been me. I still pray for his daddy though, because he was traumatized from that. You know what I'm saying? He was, oh my God, it was okay. Then he threw the knife up on top of the roof. The police still got up there and got it. They called the fire department. Fire department went up there and got the knife. So yeah, you never know these guys. I've been in a situation like that as well with another guy. He put his hands on me, beat me, threw all my clothes out the window, bleached all my stuff. My son had to call me, tell my mom, you better get down here because he doing this, he doing that. All because you was out there cheating. You the one out there cheating. I just asked you where you was at, but I got to get jumped on because you was out there cheating. I almost broke my arm and area. Oh, it was just crazy. Guns and stuff up to my head. Oh, no. And first, at the point, I didn't love myself. Because I'm like, oh, I'm going to stay. I could sit here and admit that. I'm going to stay with it because I don't want to go with nobody else. I don't want to stay with nobody else. Once you kept jumping on me. But when I had to wake up, he called my mom, tell my mom, I know where she at. My mom called me on the phone. Where is you at? Across the river. You know that fool following you? And I'm not doing nothing. Just going to the liquor store. Not doing nothing. And this man didn't chase me down or my friend in the house, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And still to this day, I'm not going to even lie because I don't like to lie. I still talk to him, but like you said, they always say I'm a changed man. I'm a changed man. I don't do that stuff no more. I don't do this no more. I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? All the women, I even met other women that he done dealt with, and they told me that he did the same thing to them.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. And so at the end of the day, I still talk to him, but we talk by far from distance. I still talk to him and everything. I was crazy back then. I don't do that no more, and I ain't got time for me going to jail and blah 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 blah. But men say they change. Some do and some don't. So yeah, I feel you on that because I went through a lot too. I mean, my whole house just damaged, everything. Oh, it's a commercial.
So Veronica, I know you have another.
It's Devine.
I just got here now, so like it.
Okay, so we got to take a break and we'll be right back.
What? Yes, I have my own products. Yes.
She got some scalp therapy, some body butter. This is some beard butter for you beard gang men. And then she has a conditioner here. Oh, these are slimming gels, you guys. So that's gonna help you slim down, right along with you a waist trainer. This is a waistband, actually. You know what? I heard the waistbands are a lot better than the waist trainers. Yes. And more comfortable, a little more flexible, especially for us BBWs, y'all.
So yeah, y'all check out my products. Y'all can order them anytime at DevineLux.com. I have hair scalp therapy for your edges.
Yo, big up Cincinnati. This your boy Joe Dapper from Dada Shock World Music Sound, representing for Wet Wednesdays, Ladies Night Reggae, 9 p.m. through midnight, with exclusive poetry and open mic sessions, and the hottest reggae, dancehall, and Afrobeats and R&B in the city. So come hold a vibe at the Cali Bar and Grill, 1227 California Avenue, Cincinnati, Ohio. Come catch me there. Boom.
Yo, this is Bass Polo DJs with my girl Lady Devine. You know what I'm saying, on Busy One Radio. Yo, check out at 7 o'clock. I'm from Florida. She going all the way to Ohio. You know how we do it. Check out Lady Devine 1.
Y'all, we are back to the Lady Devine Show on Busy One Radio. And I have my girls here, Miss Boom, Julia Adams, and Miss Veronica Gonzalez. And we are talking about coming out of your dark shadows, y'all. And right now, we are talking about domestic violence. And how us women, we take the violence, we take the abuse, thinking that is love. I don't know what makes us come to our senses, but sometimes, we come to our senses and it's over. Then you're like, nah, this ain't happening again. So sometimes it takes longer than others. But Veronica was sharing her story about domestic violence and what she went through. Do you have anything else to share, Veronica?
I think for the most part, learning from those experiences from my past relationships with that topic or that thing, I think I learned what I took from it, and I want you guys to also learn from this, and everyone tuning in. I think is don't let anybody, for that matter, no matter who you're with, women, men, whatever the case may be, is whoever you're with from now on. If you see the signs, you see the red flags or what they call it, immediately try to distance yourself or try to remove yourself from that person. And at the same time, you have, definitely. And I think first and foremost, I think you have to have self-love and love yourself first.
That's what it is.
Definitely. Before you step into the next relationship with somebody that, if what are they bringing to the table? Like, all your what things you're bringing, what things you are able to contribute to the relationship. If you see they're not doing halfway or they're doing at least something to partake in it, then, you don't want to waste your time and energy in it. So I think for the most part, just know your worth, your value, and those who will be around you that will love you genuinely and support you no matter what you went through in life, to grow with each other with that, if anything.
Yeah, you gotta sit and find yourself sometimes. Most people jump right back into a relationship after a relationship. You gotta sit down and find yourself. Take some years. When I got a relationship, I took years. I had a cousin. You get into the arguments and fuss and fights with your significant other, whatever, your boyfriend or whatever the case may be. That's what y'all do. Y'all toxic. That's what y'all like to do. Fight, drink, and smoke, and then y'all want to fight each other and all this stuff. But when you're in a house full of people and they're in there fighting, and I mean, like, this is real true story, and her birthday finna come up, rest in peace, on the 14th. My cousin in the house with her boyfriend fighting each other, and he choked her out in front of everybody. Choked her out in front of everybody. Now, if you choking somebody out and they start peeing and shitting on themselves, now something ain't right and kicking. And I was told they laid her back in the room and everybody left and just tried to act like they found her there.
What?
And actually, he killed her. I ain't gonna say he meant to kill her, but he killed her. And I mean, he's in jail right now doing time for it. And she had 3 kids. She had 3 daughters. She left behind 3 daughters. And you know, it's just sad. I don't care. People go always have something to say about you when you pass away too. Cause yes, I know she wasn't no angel. You know what I'm saying? I know he wasn't no angel. We all have done stuff once upon a time. But at the end of the day, come on now. You knew what you was doing, right as well. You's a man. You get out a man. I don't know why women think we can beat a man. You can't. Now let's see a little punk or something. But a real man, you choking me out. I know I can't fight you. You choking me out like that. You know, I can't. And it's just so sad. It's sad.
It is.
Cause
I just feel like men and women both. I think we just need to normalize getting the help that we need. Like everybody needs to have a counselor at this point, you know, because everybody has experienced life in so many different ways, you know, that has impacted us negatively. So. And me personally, I do not like to hear people say, oh, I'm fine. Oh, everything is going to be all right. You know, this, that, and the third. Like, it does not affect them. And you haven't at least done a little bit of work, you know, towards healing. So you just, you know, if you can turn your feelings on and off like that, then you really have no business in being in a relationship with anybody at that point. Yeah. You know, if you can control your emotions in that way, then you don't have no business being with nobody, because you know you can't spend time with another person in a relationship, and then when it's all said and done, it's like, okay, all right, I'm done with that. Now on to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah.
So do you all feel that a lot of men have seen their fathers be abusive to, you know, their mothers, and this is why they're being abusive in relationships?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I don't think so, because now I will say that maybe, you know, 40 years ago that may have been the case, you know, because our elders, that was a way that there was a lot of that going on. There was a lot of domestic violence going on back in the 70s, back in the 80s. But I think for the generation that's out here now, I don't necessarily think that that's the case. I really feel like it's more so of how they feel as a person, the anger, the rage, whatever they may be thinking about in their life circumstances and things like that.
Social media, games, the music.
Yeah.
You know, it all has a lot to do with how our people feel about each other.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Very true. I would just add to that quickly. I think from my experience, not all the men I've been with, because I didn't meet too many, but the abusive partners I have unfortunately encountered in my past, they had some issues, personal issues with their fathers. And I noticed that behavior, that pattern with them for many years. And I think they didn't get the right kind of help at a young age to kind of dealt with this situation at firsthand. So I think with that, it kind of traced to their adulthood to think that's kind of normalized. Like, you know, my daddy beat up my mother and all that stuff. So, you know, I think that's kind of low. So I'm gonna do that with my next partner or whoever. And because nobody told them, hey, listen, if you had dealt with childhood trauma, especially as a male, seeing your dad or whoever, a male role model in your life, you know, is gonna that pattern's gonna repeat itself in their adulthood life. And I personally encountered that twice with my past abusive partners at the time, and I realized that. And you know, I did try to help one of my partners at the time, and you can't change them.
You can't change. Yeah. So we're about to take another break. I want to thank you, Veronica, for coming in and talking about your dark shadows. We really appreciate you, and we hope that we help somebody out there.
Yeah, because people don't like to hear the truth. That's what I don't like, when people don't like to hear the truth. You know, everybody has been through something once upon a time in their life. People try to act like they haven't, but we all have been through something.
We all have.
True.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much again.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm ready. My name's Howard Johnson. I live in DeLand, Florida. I downloaded Live 365, and I now listen to Busy One Radio, thanks to Kimberly, my sister.
Do you have belly rolls like this? Do you have the chicken wing arm like this? Or experience fat rolls like this? I suggest you try Devine Essentials Lipo in a Jar. Brought to you by Devine Lux. Lipo in a jar slims your body, firms your body, reduces cellulite, and burns fat, all at the same time.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Kim, you asked me to send you like a how I feel about the Lux and the things that you are doing in our environment. Let me tell you then, everything you have touched since I've known you has been gold. Your love for the people. I know these things personally. Hey y'all, you got an opportunity to get on with the Lux over here. Pick Kimmy up. She's been available for the people. Long time. Gang.
All right, y'all. Talk about on Busy One Radio.
Busy One Radio.
I have my guest still here, Miss Boom.
Raccoon Boom in the building.
And Miss Julia Adams. So we're gonna get back to our topic that we were talking about. And I know some people think it's a crazy topic, but hey, we just talking. The views and opinions is those of those who are talking, not Busy One Radio or Lady Devine Show. All right, so we're just having conversations. And so, Miss Julia, tell us again what we were talking about.
What she was going to say. We done went to a whole other topic. Yeah,
because we done ventured off the other stuff.
But somebody texted and said, we talking about a crazy topic. It ain't never crazy. It's the truth. Because you don't even know. Your man might be the one on the low. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never know. These
so we got to tell them again what we were talking about.
Yeah. We were talking. Go ahead.
So we were talking about people being in relationships, but they prefer alternative lifestyles. In particular, we were talking about men who are basically living a down low lifestyle. You know, they prefer, well, I'm not going to say prefer. Well, yeah, because their preference can be both male and female, you know.
But they don't tell but they don't inform person that they're in a relationship.
Exactly. But you know, this is what I feel about that. So, of course, I feel like if they're going to be involved, if a man is going to be involved with another man, I feel like there has to be some transparency there on that front, you know. But I think it's harder for a man to inform his female counterpart.
Why?
The judgment. I feel like the fear of judgment, you know, and then will that woman still want to deal with him after that?
Well, you can't have your cake and ice cream and eat it too.
Yeah, you got to be real. You got to be real and just tell me, because I had a fan of mine, true story, a fan of mine. She always, every time we talk, she'd call me on the phone and say, girl, my man and his best friend in the house, you know, they doing what they do, playing the PlayStation. You know, she leaves out and comes back home. They playing all right. She caught them both in the bed. Ooh, she caught them both in the bed. This ain't no made up shit. This is the truth. And I told her, I can't tell you what to do. Because I don't know what I would have done if I would have came back home and my man. But y'all best friends, though. Y'all best friends. And you sometimes you got to watch that best friend shit. Because y'all be too close. I don't, like niggas I be seeing, why y'all all up on each other? Guys, I'm talking about guys. When y'all take them pictures, baby, y'all need to back up. Because why is you all up on his ass? You know what I'm saying? You up on his ass, then y'all hook. I don't know. It's just me. I don't know.
No,
I don't know. But
most people in relationships, they know what they have. their mates have a pattern, let's say.
Yeah.
So they know when something is not right or the behavior is kind of different.
Like I was
don't they know that?
They should.
You should know.
Okay, how y'all feel about if you have a man and he haven't sexed you in 3 years?
Oh, it's definitely.
You live with a man and he haven't sexed you in 3 years, and you ask this man to have a threesome. I don't know no man. Hey, would you turn down a threesome? You back there. If your girl asked you to have a threesome, would you turn it down?
No.
You would turn it down? I don't know no man that would turn the threesome down. I don't. So if he's not having sex with you, and you asking him to even asking him to do this to him, and you tell me no.
Well, he just don't.
Something ain't right. I don't know. What is it?
He does not want that woman. He doesn't want that woman.
I'm not gonna spend all my time wasting my time with you if you don't want me at all. You're not having sex with me or 3 years, and you ain't had sex with me in 3 years.
Yeah, I would have been gone.
I mean,
3 days.
Cause all that is. All that is.
It's a problem with you. It's a problem.
No, I can't see it. I just can't see it. I don't know, man. I'm telling y'all, this stuff is real out here. Y'all got to understand.
So how long would you stay, Miss Boom, in a relationship?
If he haven't sex with
you ain't getting no
No, girl, I don't know, cause I have my toy, but you know that toy ain't always the problem solver. I mean, it'll solve the problem, but I don't know. I would have been left. Hey, what's going on with you? Why we having
3 months, 3 years?
Mine probably would have took about a couple of months. I ain't gonna lie. You know, wait a minute, something ain't right. We ain't having sex. I know how you used to come in the house and we had sex and blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't did this. You ain't did this and you ain't did that. Something ain't right, nigga. I know how you used to come in and I put on a nice little sexy lingerie and I'm walking around the house and you had the nerves to say, "What the fuck you got that on for?"
Ooh. Yeah, no. That's just
I'm talking real shit.
But that's totally.
I'm talking about relationship I was in. I'm trying to be sexy as hell.
That's
fuck.
Disrespectful.
I'm walking around the house thinking I'm sexy and I was looking like a raccoon, but I
very
was
insulting.
Everything.
Why you got that on?
I'm doing this for you. So if you're gonna ask me that type of question, I mean, the signs of that relationship, I don't know who that is. But
and still, you know what it is. I'm just saying, I ain't putting names out there.
The signs in that relationship just tells me that he's not
10 years though.
He's not interested in you.
10
anymore.
years.
Me
10
personally, you know.
And they still mess around with other women because look, the ladies used to call and be like, "Girl, use this for leverage. He just left here telling me what y'all been through and this and that and blah 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 blah." You know what I'm saying? Like I said again, I didn't love myself.
I don't know if it's me or not, but to me, a lot of men gossip these days.
Like bitches.
Like
some
bitches. Like what the fuck is going on with
like
these
bitches.
men? Y'all, you on the phone talking, gossiping and gossiping. What the? It's a change for me.
Well, it's a whole lot that has changed.
Well, I got some stories, honey. I got stories that I can tell, baby. I got some stories, true stories, not no made up shit. True stories, baby. Yes.
We got to hear these true stories.
Yeah, girl, I got true stories. Like some of y'all men. Or you women always think that somebody jealous of y'all. Ain't nobody jealous of y'all because your man ain't shit and you ain't shit. Because if y'all love each other, y'all laying in the same bed with one another and y'all can't even stand each other for real. Because I know for a fact that you're cheating and I know for a fact that he's cheating. So how's that love? How's that love? If somebody want to be in your shoes, like I say all the time, girl, you should be want to be in your own shoes. Kick your own damn shoes out. That's what I did at the comedy show. Kick your shoes and throw them away across town somewhere. If you knew what I know. I'm just saying. Ooh. You know, and I got to be in Walmart and I see your man with somebody else and they turn around, I'm ducking the aisle 5. I'm, okay, let him see.
Ooh,
he can't see me. Ooh, he can't see me because, and she pregnant and that ain't his wife.
Ooh.
Girl, and y'all think somebody jealous of y'all? Girl, bye. Ain't nobody jealous of y'all. Y'all, none of that. A booty ain't going to keep a man, baby. If you want to get your booties done, ain't going to keep a man.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. We on a whole nother topic.
Because they think it's all about their bodies. They think it's all about their bodies.
On Facebook. Her ass
we freestyling. Her
ass was out like this, y'all.
Her legs was like this.
And she was walking.
I seen somebody like that off beat. She wasn't even know. I said that ass is fake. I said because there's nowhere in the world.
And it had like dits in it, like.
Now she had dits and I don't know.
This one was sticking out like they had some handles on there and shit.
Now
I don't know. I don't know if that's what they do with BBLs? Do you get handles?
Wait a minute now, she had dents and cellulites. That might be real. Because when they're not real, you ain't gonna see a dent. Or ain't nobody got no perfect ass booty.
That's not true.
What?
Because I know a couple of BBLs that
They got dents and cellulites?
They got some.
Oh, well, I ain't seen the dents. I ain't seen the dents and the cellulites.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
All the stuff ain't like forming. Cause so when you get them BBLs, you supposed to get massages on your ass, you know. That way it's smooth. You know
I
what
just
I'm
heard
saying?
that you supposed to
I don't know.
have somebody with you to go get it done. I mean,
Yeah, but
somebody
you,
got to
afterwards you
for 2
supposed to
weeks.
have them massages, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Somebody
and keep
got
it in
to
shape or
massage
something.
it. Yeah.
lymphatic drainage.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow. Why would y'all want to go through all that with y'all bodies? I don't know. Y'all ain't content with what God gave y'all. I don't know. Some of them, but I ain't gonna even lie. I heard this girl say she went and got hers done because her man keep looking at other women's booty. And I heard her say this out of her mouth.
What?
So you want to kill yourself because your man keep looking at somebody's booty?
Girl,
But here's the thing.
The guys telling me they don't like it.
Some of them don't either. And they say y'all stink. They say y'all booty stink. No, my people said he couldn't even finish performing because her booty stank.
Well, that's because she didn't wash her ass, obviously.
Oh, they said the booty
It
stank.
was too big. She couldn't get the rag in there.
I don't know.
She probably needed a flag.
Or probably had them nails way
big
out
ass
here.
towel.
Probably had them fingernails way out here. I don't know. I don't know. We went from one subject to another subject to another.
Thanks for tuning in.
We
to the
freestyling.
Show.
We freestyling. Where those fans at?
Oh, boots on the ground.
Booties everywhere.
Booty.
Eyelashes, everything, girl.
Shit. I don't know what we gonna do with this boom, honey.
They be walking around here looking like what's his name? Robbie, the Better Man. Y'all seen that movie, The Better Man? Y'all ain't seen that movie yet?
I seen that picture.
Robbie Williams, The Better
I said,
Man.
what
I know I'm
the
saying he look
fuck?
like a cancer patient, a raccoon and all that, but it don't even matter. He still go fuck. It is just what it is, y'all.
They
It
still
is.
gonna fuck no matter what.
It don't even matter.
They gonna
it don't
take
matter.
they gonna take this.
They told me today,
rubber
like,
off
they
the
said, you know, that
earring.
lady said, you know, once you got a hole in there, you can't use them. I said, shit, who? You agree? Miss talking to the wrong one. I'm snatch out, open up, boom, it's going down and popping. Because it's not a hole in the rubber, it's just a hole up in there, and it still move around. It still move around, so.
The hole in the paper.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
but anywho, yeah, y'all guys, you niggas out here need to stop being on the low. Cause I'm telling you, I got some friends out here that dress up like women that be spilling the beans on y'all asses. They be spilling the beans on y'all. I know somebody that told me one of his friends in school came on to him. I said, so what did you do? Now, this is a straight man and his friend was a straight man. I said, so what did you do? Did y'all do anything? He said, no, we did. He said, but he came on to me. I said, wow, that's what I'm saying. You just don't know. Ladies, y'all don't know. Crazy topic or not, it's the truth. You know, you might be trying to have sex with your man and you go down there by his booty hole or some shit and he got a rubber stuck in there. Then how would you feel? How would you feel?
Oh shit!
How would you feel?
You
I'm
better
being
be-
honest
you
and
better
honest and being
run.
real. How would you feel?
You
Why
better
do you
run.
got a rubber stuck in your ass?
Lissy did have protection, but you better run,
But
girl.
still,
run.
I'm just saying, y'all better go on somewhere. I'm telling y'all, it's out
Closing
there.
words. Closing words.
It's out
y'all.
there. I'm
Closing
telling
words,
y'all.
Miss
Don't
Judy.
give me nothing. I don't want nothing.
I mean, that's it. So what?
That was it. Closing words, Miss Judy.
I already got HIV, so don't give me nothing.
Oh,
I already got
shit.
HIV. And that's hilarious, independent, and vibrant. That's my HIV, baby. I ain't got time to be in the doctor bent over, getting no shots, taking pills and all that stuff. No, like she said, be honest and let me decide what I want to do. Don't sit here and lie to me and tell me this and tell me that. Just let me choose on what I want to do. Whether I want to deal with you or not. Because I feel like I done messed with a couple of people that was a little sugarish. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I do. Because I don't know a man that smoke a cigarette. Women supposed to smoke their cigarette like this. When a man smoking a cigarette like this, most cool men be like this. Like, yeah, you know, they smoke their cigarette like this. But he was smoking it like this. And his hands was going like, I said, I still think that to this day. I really do.
Did
I
you
really
run?
do. No, I didn't.
Oh,
I
shit.
didn't. And then y'all be in jail for 10 to 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get out and then y'all go right back. What does y'all keep going back and forth in jail for? Something ain't right. What do y'all got up in there? Something ain't right. But we didn't even get to talk about what that they could do better than we can't do because we do the same thing that they do. So what is they doing? I mean, what is another man doing to you? Sucking your balls
We need to be able to have people call in. Is that an option?
Oh yeah,
they can call in.
They can call in. The number is right there.
Yeah, they can call in.
We don't have to do this on the
But see,
next
so they don't like to hear the truth.
Second Wednesday of every month, coming out of Dark Shadows, y'all tune in.
Yeah, they don't like to hear the truth. Rodney Perry said it. People don't like to hear the truth. Boom, ain't gonna fuck with you. But people love to hear the truth. They gonna mess with you, and we all about the truth.
Well, see, I'm trying to get to the truth because if people can call in, see, we can have some people call in that live that lifestyle, so they can explain why we sitting here.
The phone right here.
Yeah,
you know,
and they don't ever call in though. Nobody never call in.
513-301-7119.
Call in. You know who you are. I know who you are.
They don't want to be exposed.
They don't want to be exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what it is, y'all. Come out your dark shadows. I mean, hey, come on now.
Come
For
on
real.
now. We need to hear about it.
They talk about P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Shit, what about your daddy and your brothers and them? What about women? Women molest men too now.
Oh, yeah.
Women, they molest men. They molest the... I know my babysitter got molested. I mean, he got molested by his babysitter. Somebody I dealt with.
So, y'all, go ahead.
Just got molested. That's what I'm just saying. Women too, y'all do the same shit too, where y'all keep blaming it on the man.
Oh. So, y'all, we have a new series coming out with Crystal White. And so we're going to show the trailer of that, and they're going to be on the show soon.
All right.
So
let's go. Let's see this trailer.
Sorry if we offended anybody. It's just the views and opinions of people, you know. It's not one of Lady Devine or Busy One Radio.
Hey, the truth. Boom.
It's Devine.